Hi, this is Pete with Video Cafe, and I'm here with Bud Green, who runs the extraordinary show Hemp Radio on 4 to 6 every Saturday, and it's on 1420, is
1340.
1340 WTAN here from downtown Clearwater. And Bud, I have to ask you, what makes you so determined to take up this as a cause?
Well, the concern for the planet's environmental safety is why I started in the first place. Once you realize some of the facts that we discuss on the show, it's kind of hard to turn your back on them. Unless, of course, you don't want to care. I have children, my friends have children, and what we're doing to this earth has to be rectified.
It's such an unpopular point of view. The pro-marijuana lobby is virtually non-existent.
Right.
So,
and there's a reason for that, because the more popular it gets, the larger organizations come up against brick walls and they give up. They're deterred by the larger corporations that have much more financial resources than small organizations like ours.
So you believe that marijuana is illegal because of the corporate issues involved, such as the competition to the existing paper and other industries.
Fuel.
Essentially, it's fuel.
Fuel is number one reason. DuPont in 1937 patented some nylon processing and rayon and some plastics that were all petrochemical related and fossil fuel driven. And Henry J. Anslinger was put into the government to suppress marijuana, call it an evil weed, and he was actually related to somebody in the White House that was backing DuPont financially. They were one of the two banks. And we've actually got it down to the dates and the times and who is actually really responsible for the conspiracy against marijuana.
The conspiracy, those are strong words.
Yes, very strong words. I have strong convictions and I have proof and I have documented proof. And I'd like to see some of the tests they say about how harmful marijuana could be. That's not even my issue. My issue is hemp for fuel. Right now, with the gas prices they are, a fuel substitute would be a wonderful thing, don't you think?
Well, we have propane. Wouldn't that do just as good?
It could, but that'll run out eventually too, because that's a natural gas.
It's another fossil fuel.
But you can make methane, propane, methanol all out of biomass products, and hemp is the best biomass product you can grow. Per acre, it grows more biomass than any other plant.
Now, Anslinger, I've heard the name before.
Henry J. Anslinger. He was in office for 30 years. He was head of the Federal Drug Administration, the FDA, for 31 years, and John F. Kennedy fired him.
So you think he was on the payroll of the gas corporations then?
DuPont, primarily.
Chemical corporation.
Well, DuPont's actually a gas company because they use a lot of fossil fuel in what they do. A lot of petrochemicals and fossil fuel. And of course, he was then probably assisted by the huge oil companies, because Henry Ford discovered in 1937 he could make gas out of hemp, out of biomass. And all of a sudden, the same time, it was touted to be an evil drug with roots in hell. And if you compare marijuana use to alcohol use, there really is
there's no comparison.
Right. Alcohol, as far as I know, and in my personal experience, is much more addictive and dangerous of a drug than marijuana is.
Well, I think there's few that would disagree with you, but what about the old arguments that it leads to stronger things?
No. The gateway drug?
Well, this is one thing that you hear a lot.
Alcohol is the drug that leads people to stronger things.
Hey, we got a caller? Sure, patch him on in. Welcome to Hemp Radio. Who do you got?
Hello, this is Melissa. I'm caretaker of the American Cannabis Society.
Ah, thanks for pot smoking.
Yes.
Did you decide when you're going to have that rally at Skipper Smokehouse?
Well, actually, that's what I was calling to announce. I'm disturbed that I have to postpone it, but I'm just not prepared for it. And I want to attract more people. This is my first time ever putting on a benefit. I'm usually behind the scenes educating the public, and I'm trying to not get discouraged on attracting the wonderful people that already support the cannabis issue.
I'll tell you what, Melissa, don't be discouraged. Postpone it and let me help you make it bigger than ever.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Is that fair enough? Bud Green would like to be behind you 100%.
All right.
tax dollars is paying for prisoners that are in there for marijuana possession or vehicular homicide because they were drinking and didn't even know they were driving. They were in a blackout. We talked about this, that tobacco kills up to 450,000 people yearly. That's tobacco. There's a legal drug for you. 18 years old, you can buy that, and the attraction there never ends because you get hooked the minute you start smoking them. So that's got to be a drug to look at. Well, geez, almost 500,000 people die every year. Should we stop it? Nah. Let them smoke. Tax the tobacco companies, make them pay for it, and let them just raise the price of cigarettes and let people keep dying. That's the American way. Alcohol kills 150,000 people a year, and that doesn't even include half of all highway deaths are related directly to alcohol. Half. 1/2 of every highway death is because the driver was intoxicated. But with all these things killing this many people, the war on drugs goes on, and marijuana to date has killed 0. Zip. Nada. Not one person. But they still say we don't want to grow hemp for fuel. We don't want to grow hemp for hemp seed oil. We don't want to have clothing, paper, books, furniture, rugs, carpets, pants, shoes, purses, hats, all made out of hemp because, hey, somebody might smoke pot if we do that. That's the lamest, overplayed excuse.
And wouldn't that be tragic?
Wouldn't that be tragic if we had fabric that lasted 4 times as much as cotton? But hey, if somebody smokes a joint because we do that, we better just forget the whole thing.
Legitimate uses for hemp is there in life?
Well, besides fuel, you've got clothing, paper, medicine, and the fiber makes great cloth. I mean, it's durable, 4 times more absorbent than cotton. I don't know if you know how hard it is to grow cotton, how much pesticide is needed, how much soil erosion comes from cotton growing. But the same acre of land that could grow cotton can grow up to 7 times as much hemp. And the fiber is stronger, longer lasting, and 4 times more absorbent. This shirt right here would be 4 times more absorbent than a cotton shirt, and it'll last about 10 times as long. The more you wash it, the softer it gets.
This is a hemp shirt you're wearing?
Yes, this is made from hemp fiber. This is the natural color. The process doesn't cause pollution and toxic waste like processing cotton does. So not only is it a better, stronger, more durable fabric, it also is more environmentally friendly to produce.
Now, where did you get a hemp shirt if it's not legal to grow hemp in America?
They import the fiber or the cloth from other countries into America and then manufacture the shirts here. These actual shirts were sent to me from Canada.
So Canada has less restrictive laws on the books
Canada, you can actually grow hemp.
And what happens to that crop? Where does it go?
It goes into things like this. The seed oil is sold to various companies. Gia Soap Company makes hemp seed oil shampoos and hair care products. They make soaps, they make creams, lotions. The seed oil is also very good in food. It has a real nutty flavor. I've got some hot sauce that is made with hemp seed oil. It's very good.
Hot sauce, huh?
Hot pot sauce.
And of course, none of this has any effect on the human system.
There's no THC in hemp seed oil or the fiber or stuff that we manufacture clothing with.
So now how does the grower manage that? I mean, how do you grow?
You just grow certain strains. Industrial hemp can be completely low in THC to begin with, but the parts we take and use for economic reasons have no THC. The seeds themselves have none. The stems and the stalks have little to none in certain strains. What marijuana is the flower tops on the top of the plant itself, the buds, if you will,
Okay.
that people smoke for the effect.
So would there be any danger if we grew hemp here in the U.S. of crazed drug-crazed hippies coming in the middle of the night and stealing the crop?
For what?
Because
On the streets, they can buy a bag of something much better for a small fee, so why would they go out? It'd be like us going down, cutting down farmers' corn because we didn't want to go to the grocery store and buy any of our corn.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Same result. And plus, they'd be getting a far inferior product than they can buy on the black market today.
Well, why does Canada have less stringent laws than we
Because
do?
they're not ruled by the American government.
But they're ruled by the Canadian government, which
Right,
must
well,
be a
maybe-
very similar
Maybe
body.
maybe the Canadian government has a little more wide open view, and maybe their fuel situation's even worse than ours.